people call me man in the house because I'm famous, you know. And today we're here at the Mental Migrant Resources Center to learn about waste management, how to recycle our household materials, and how to minimize the recycling. And today we have learned a lot about recycling because mostly like me at home, I'll just dump everything that I took from my room or out or in the kitchen. I'll just dump it in any bin that I wanted to. But today we learn about what type of product that you can put in those type of rubbish bin. And I think we really enjoyed about this project, and hopefully we'll learn much about this and to teach also other people out there to learn more about recycling.
You call me James /Daddy J, and I'm from the west side of Africa. I'm here today to learn about recycling.
We are on a project today to save the environment.
There's councils from all over New South Wales who are sending their rubbish to this landfill. Okay, and there's actually landfills here in Sydney. There's one at Lucas Heights, and it's about to be closed because it's almost full. Okay, the problem we have is landfill isn't sustainable in the long term. We can't keep on sending rubbish to landfill and filling these holes up in the ground and just burying our rubbish in the ground. We have to do something else that will actually take the pressure off landfill and what we put in the ground. So that's one of the reasons why we actually recycle. So do you all know what I mean when I say recycle? Do you know what the word recycle means? Yeah. Who can give me a definition of recycle? You see that guy there? He's going to give me the definition, is he? Okay. Who wants to give me a definition? Anyway, it doesn't have to be something, academic. It just has to be what you think recycling is. Reusing. So taking something that's been used before, and rather than throwing it away, you might actually send it somewhere where we can actually make it into something else and reuse it. So it's a form of reusing, isn't it? Fantastic. Now, if you live in any of those council areas, you probably actually have a bit of an idea of what can be recycled. And where we're going today is actually where Canterbury sends their recycling, and where it gets sorted, and once they've sorted it, they actually send it off to different locations to be made into new things. So I thought what I'd do today was actually go through what can be recycled in our yellow lid bin, because there's still a lot of things going into our bins which shouldn't be there. There's a lot of, wrong things going into our yellow lid bin. And if you look at the average yellow lid bin in Canterbury, you can see that probably about 62% is paper and cardboard. So I think because paper and cardboard was the very first thing that we actually ever recycled back in the 1980s or back in the 1970s, we recycled pretty much just paper and cardboard. So most people know that you can recycle paper and cardboard. 29% is probably other containers that can be recycled. But this is where we can probably make some improvements, because there's still a lot of people who maybe don't realise you can recycle steel cans, glass jars and bottles, and some people are confused about what plastic containers can be recycled. So I'll go through that today. And there's also aluminium cans, which also most people know that you can recycle. So that makes up about 29% of what goes in your yellow lid bin. And there's still, in our bins in Canterbury, 9% of what goes in the yellow lid bin is actually contamination or things that shouldn't be there. Okay, so something that shouldn't be in a yellow lid bin is like a plastic bag, or a piece of foam, or rubbish, or nappies, or car parts, or all those sorts of things that somehow, sometimes, end up in our yellow lid bin. They shouldn't be there. And it actually costs the community when those things go in the bin, because the more contamination we have, the more we pay at the gate when we take our recycling into the materials recycling facility. So it costs the community if we've got those things in there. Okay. Cans. Does everyone know that you can recycle steel cans? Yes. You know, all you need to do is just take the lid off, pop the lid inside, because you can recycle the lid as well. Give it a bit of a rinse first, because you need to just get rid of any food residue that might be inside. And just, you don't need to take the labels off, just leave the labels on. They get burnt off when the steel gets burnt down, and then pop it into the recycling bin. That also includes aerosol cans. So just take the little top off, that little plastic nib, just take that off, put that in the rubbish, and then you can actually recycle aerosol cans. So steel cans are actually recycled into new steel products. And what he'll probably tell you today at the MRF is that most buildings these days have recycled steel in them. They never use 100% virgin steel when they're building new buildings or building new whatever they're building structures. So there's always recycled steel in them. But we can always improve the amount of steel that we're recycling, because this seems to be the lowest percentage of what we recycle in Canterbury anyway, the steel cans. So we can improve that. Okay, the next thing that we can recycle is aluminium cans. Okay, now we all know aluminium is recyclable. It's different to steel, it's a different material, it comes from a different source. So your steel cans come from iron ore, whereas aluminium comes from bauxite. Okay, so it's a different mineral that it comes from. Now again, we only recycle about 68% of our aluminium cans here in New South Wales, or in Australia I think the statistic is, so there's room for improvement. And you know that you can actually even take your aluminium cans, if you've got lots and lots of them. If you go to a party or if you go to a football match and you collect all the aluminium cans, you can take them to a metal recycler and they'll give you money for them.
Yes.
Yeah, they will. So aluminium cans are great to recycle because they're 100% recyclable. You can recycle them over and over and over again, and they'll always be recyclable. Not like paper, which gets weaker the more you recycle it. Steel and aluminium stay strong, and you can recycle it over and over and over again. Okay? So in aluminium cans, they get recycled into new aluminium cans and new aluminium products, aluminium foil, aluminium trays, anything that's made of aluminium, even aluminium car parts. You know, sometimes the cars have got pieces of aluminium. They can be made from recycled aluminium. Talk about is plastic.